Young and the Restless Spoilers. Welcome back to the channel, besties. Today is Thursday, a beautiful day to drink some iced coffee and gossip, but honestly, I am barely holding it together. You guys, I am deceased. Stop what you are doing right now and listen to me, because my soul has actually left my body. I am literally filming this while I'm running errands, walking through the aisles of Target like an absolute maniac, because I just had to jump on here and vent. Wait, we need to talk about this now. I am genuinely hyperventilating in the home decor section. If anyone is looking at me, they probably think I need to be institutionalized. But I do not care, because what we just witnessed on The Young and the Restless is the most insane, world-ending tea ever. We are not just watching this show anymore. We are invested. Like, I am personally offended and simultaneously totally living for what Sharon Newman just did. Talk to the camera like these people are our real-life neighbors. Bestie, these people are my entire reality right now, and I am spiraling over their choices. Wait, backtrack for a second. I missed a step. Let me just set the scene for you, because my brain is visibly buffering from the sheer audacity of this plot. So we all know Nick Newman has been on an absolute downward spiral, right? He checked out of rehab against medical advice, which is honestly so unhinged, and ended up in this dingy, disgusting motel. And who does he meet? Marrie Kirkland, this random enabler neighbor who literally just knocked on his door and decided to ruin his life even more. They are officially on my do not perceive list. I am so done with both of them. But mostly Marrie, like, bestie, be for real right now. You see a Legacy Newman heir having a complete breakdown, hallucinating about Matt Clark, and your first thought is to offer him more drugs? Jail. Straight to jail. Oh, hold on. I should have mentioned this earlier, but the sheer filth of this situation is what really sent me over the edge. Nick and Marrie didn't just do drugs together. No, no, no. They straight up slept together in that nasty motel bed. I am literally shaking just thinking about the hygiene of it all. Send help. My soul has actually left my body. I was mid-skincare when this scene came on, and I was so disgusted, I literally smeared charcoal mask all over my expensive white rug. I had to yeet my phone across the room. Do you know what kind of diseases are brewing in that room? The STDs, the infections. When you are sharing drugs, getting high out of your mind, and hooking up with a random enabler in a roadside motel, you are basically asking for a lifetime of medical trauma. I cannot even handle the grossness of it all. Did I say that yet? Ugh, my brain is mush. Moving on. But let's veer off into a completely random tangent for a second. Have you noticed the lighting in that motel room? It has this sickly fluorescent green undertone that makes everyone look like they've been dead for 3 weeks. It's giving major horror movie basement energy, and I am genuinely obsessed with the set designers for making it look that repulsive. But also, how did Nick Newman, a billionaire, end up in a place that looks like it smells of stale cigarettes and regret? The aesthetic choice is brilliant but horrifying. Okay, wait, I'm glitching. Okay, back to the main event. So Sharon finds out our queen, our survivor, our Crimson Lights icon, Sharon Newman, finds out that Marrie has completely derailed Nick's sobriety and is basically using him as a drug buddy and a hookup. And let me tell you, Sharon was not having it. You do not mess with a woman who has survived Martin Laurent, Cameron Kirsten, and Matt Clark. You just don't. Sharon is fiercely protective of Nick, even though they aren't together right now. That is the father of her children. That is her soulmate in a million different chaotic ways, and she is not going to let some random motel rat take him down. When Sharon got that look in her eye, I swear the temperature in my living room dropped 10 degrees. I was clutching my chest because I just knew she was about to go nuclear. The tension was astronomical. Sharon marches over to that motel, and you can just feel the absolute cinematic mayhem about to unfold. She is dressed impeccably, by the way, because Sharon always serves a look, even when she's about to commit a felony and she bangs on that door. When Marrie opened the door, the look of pure, unadulterated smugness on her face made me want to reach through the screen and pull her hair myself. Marrie had the audacity to stand there, probably still smelling like cheap bad decisions, and look Sharon up and down like she was the inconvenience. I was screaming at my TV. I legit lost my voice, yelling, "Get her, Sharon! End her!" The verbal confrontation starts, and it is a high-octane psychological masterpiece. Sharon is demanding answers, laying into Marrie for supplying Nick with drugs, for taking advantage of him when he is literally at rock bottom. And Marrie is just standing there, smirking, acting like she and Nick have this profound connection just because they shared a needle and a dirty mattress. The disrespect, the sheer, unfiltered disrespect. Marrie starts taunting Sharon, basically telling her that Nick doesn't want her, that Nick likes the freedom Marrie gives him, and that Sharon is just some nagging ex-wife who needs to back off. Bestie, I was hyperventilating. You do not say that to Sharon Newman. The screaming match escalates, and they are just going at it. They are in each other's faces, spitting venom, and the stakes feel so incredibly high because Nick is probably passed out somewhere in the background, completely useless, while these two women fight for his literal soul. Sharon is getting more and more furious. You can see the exact moment her patience snaps. It was like a switch flipped behind her eyes. All the trauma, all the fear of losing Nick to an overdose, all the terror she's been harboring since Matt Clark came back into their lives, it all just boiled over into pure, unadulterated rage. And don't even get me started on the vibes of the room during this, the flickering light above them, the claustrophobic walls, the heavy breathing. It felt like a horror movie. Sharon and Marrie are shouting, their voices echoing off those cheap motel walls, and Marrie pushes it one step too far. She steps into Sharon's personal space, completely fearless, completely delusional, and challenges her. And that, my friends, is when the episode went from a dramatic soap opera to a straight-up true crime documentary. Sharon lunges. You guys, she lunges. I am not making this up. I literally gasped so loud my dog started barking. Sharon grabs Marrie, and they are grappling, and it is messy, chaotic, and so incredibly raw. This wasn't a glamorous soap opera slap. This was a feral survivalist attack. Sharon was acting purely on instinct, driven by this primal need to eliminate the threat to her family. They are pushing and shoving. And Sharon, with the strength of 1,000 angry mothers, grabs Marrie by the shoulders, spins her around, and smashes her head into the wall. Stop what you are doing. I need you to understand the gravity of this moment. The sound design team deserves an Emmy because the sickening thud of Marie's skull hitting that cheap drywall will haunt my nightmares forever. It was so violent, so sudden, and so genuinely shocking that I stopped breathing. I was completely frozen. Sharon didn't just bump her, she slammed her with everything she had. It was the culmination of weeks of anxiety and terror, all channeled into one devastating physical blow. Marrie instantly goes limp. She just drops to the floor like a rag doll. And the blood, you guys, the blood, it started pooling almost immediately. There was so much blood coming from her head, staining the gross motel carpet, and the silence that followed was deafening. The screaming stopped. The fighting stopped. It was only the sound of Sharon's heavy, panicked breathing as she looked down at what she had just done. I am legit shaking, typing this out in my head right now. Did Sharon Newman just commit murder? I am calling it right now. The villain arc is about to go nuclear, manifesting a total dumpster fire by the next update, because how on earth do you cover this up? Sharon is standing there, staring at Marie's lifeless, bleeding body, and the realization washes over her face. The panic sets in. Her eyes go wide, her hands are trembling, and she realizes that she might have just killed a woman over Nick Newman. Nick Newman, the man who is currently in a drug-induced coma on the bed next to them. Sharon's entire life just flashed before her eyes. She is a prominent business owner, a mother, a pillar of the community, and she just cracked a woman's skull open in a roadside motel. I am literally unwell. I cannot handle the gravity of these events. I am pacing around my house, clutching my chest, trying to figure out what Sharon's next move is. Does she call the police? No, she can't. She'll go to prison. Does she call Victor Newman to have his fixers clean it up? Imagine having to owe Victor a favor like that. Does she call Adam? Adam knows how to hide a body, right? Oh my God, my brain is spiraling into a million different conspiracy theories. What if Marrie isn't dead, but she wakes up with brain damage and blackmails them? What if the motel owner saw Sharon come in? What about the security cameras? This specific betrayal, this specific moment, has personally attacked my soul. I have been rooting for Sharon to find peace, and now she is potentially a murderer, and it's all because of Nick's inability to stay sober. I am so angry at Nick, but I am also so terrified for Sharon. She was just trying to protect him from the diseases, the drugs, the toxicity, and now her life is over. I feel like I am physically vibrating from the sheer audacity of this storyline. It is messy, it is an unfiltered, emotional train wreck, and I am absolutely here for every single second of it. I need to go scream into a pillow for about an hour. My grip on reality is slipping, and this situation is now my entire personality. I am not okay. If anyone needs me, I will be rewatching that head smash scene on a loop, trying to decipher if Marie's chest was still rising and falling. Pray for Sharon, you guys. Pray for her freedom. Pray for her sanity. And pray that Nick Newman wakes up and realizes what this woman just sacrificed for him. I am out, genuinely, straight up, deceased by